You know where your business would be without you. Imagine where it could go with more of you. Well, with Wix, you can create a website with more of your vision, your voice, your expertise. Wix gives you the freedom to truly own your brand and do it on your own, with full customization and advanced AI tools that help turn your ideas into reality. Grow your business into your online brand. Because without you, your business is just business as usual. Go to Wix.com.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? If you're a woman, you're not alone. With over 1,000 hormone disruptors in our environment, it's no wonder things can feel out of balance. On top of that, natural changes like PMS, menopause, and other life stages can leave you feeling tired, irritable, and trapped in a constant battle with your body. But here's the good news. You don't have to suffer through it. Hormone Harmony by Happy Mammoth is here to help. This herbal formula fine-tunes your hormones, balancing estrogen, testosterone, and even stress hormones like cortisol, which can contribute to weight gain, racing thoughts, poor sleep, and more. With over 40,000 five-star reviews and a bottle selling every 24 seconds, the results speak for themselves. Ready to feel like yourself again? For a limited time, get 15% off your first order at happymammoth.com using code NEXTCHAPTER at checkout. Visit happymammoth.com today and get your old self back naturally.
At RxBar, they believe in simple nutrition without the BS. That's why they said no to artificial ingredients and yes to deliver intentional, transparent nutrition. Try their original 12-gram protein bar, the nut butter and oat bar, or minis. RxBar, the proud sponsor of No BS. Use code RxBar on rxbar.com for 25% off. Subject to full terms and conditions and to change. Valid until September 30, 2025, and may not be combined with other offers. See rxbar.com for full details and limitations.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Have you ever had to put your plans on hold due to symptoms of generalized myasthenia gravis, or GMG? Like taking that weekend trip, talking with friends, or enjoying a meal. Learn about a treatment option that may help. Visit treatgmg.com to learn more. That's treatgmg.com.
Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.
Oh, I've got too many bills.
If you need funds, you can apply in minutes at cashnetusa.com and have the money in your account as soon as the same business day.
Okay, got it. Applying now.
They've been helping hardworking people cover emergency expenses since 2004.
Hey, look, I got it.
You've got this.
When you need money fast, be the hero. All loans subject to lender approval. Speed of funding is subject to verifications and your bank's processing times. See cashnetusa.com for more details.
It's time to turn your daydream into your dream job. Wix gives you the power to turn your passion into a moneymaker with a website that fits your unique vision and drives you towards your goals. Let your ideas flow with AI tools that guide you, but give you full control and flexibility. Manage your business from one dashboard and keep it growing with built-in marketing features. Get everything you need to turn your part-time passion into a full-time business. Go to Wix.com.
Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Unlike other brands, Ollie offers 5 flavors that are as nutritious as they are delicious, all made in U.S. kitchens without harmful fillers or preservatives. Head to Ollie.com, tell them all about your dog, and use code HAPPYPUP to get 60% off your welcome kit with a bonus. You'll get a storage container for a mess-free experience, and it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee if your dog doesn't lick the bowl clean.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com.
Welcome to True Crimecast Patreon edition. I am John here with Jamie. How you doing, my man?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Just a lot going on, man.
Yeah, I know you're, you got a lot going on. I feel like I'm busy, but it's a good kind of busy.
Mine's
you've got,
mine's expensive.
Several, what I would call crap shows happening at one time.
I am.
Some of that literal too.
Yeah. Literal in my yard. So just goes to show our Patreon supporters, another big thanks, but also we don't always feel like doing this, but we do anyway, because you guys are awesome and we love you.
Yeah, Jamie has, I don't want to air all your personal information, but you thought you were doing something awesome and excited that it was going to be a good financial opportunity for you, and it's turned into a literal money pit. So sold some land, and there was some issues with septic systems and all that stuff, and you just don't look like you're super happy to be here.
I don't have a lot of money. And I have to give it all to somebody else. But no, all good.
Let me tell you this thing we could do. If you know someone with cryptocurrency, we could torture them until they give us their password.
What a wild story. It's funny. I had a friend text me about that. Nobody knew about it, but I don't know. I don't know why that's not a bigger story to torture somebody for 3 weeks just trying to steal their password. And I had some other thoughts after we recorded it, like, I don't know. Did they try password? Or 1, 2, 3, 4?
I was thinking when we were recording that, do you remember the Office episode where the server needed a password and they just started with something and were going to go, I can't remember what they started with, but that's what it made me think of.
Yeah. Like
most of the time now, like on my phone, if I want to look at an app or get into like a financial institution's account, I can just open my phone, open the app, and then show it my face.
Yep.
So, like, I wonder if that was an option and they just didn't think of it.
Right. Just, knock him out,
tie the dude up.
Whatever. And then, you can try some stuff like, what was your mom's maiden name?
Yeah.
Like how far did they get into that? Or were they just like, tell me your password? But I'm glad he lived and didn't end up giving his password, and people went to jail.
Have you seen on like social media where it'll be like a trend, like, hey, share with me the first, like, make your, I don't know, rapper name. Give me the first street you ever lived on and your mom's maiden name, and we'll give you it's like, guys, you're giving them the answers to your security questions.
Literally.
Please be careful.
Don't get it. Yeah, we've got a state police friend who every time he'll comment and say, people, please stop.
Man, we're going to talk about an event that happened, I don't know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I think, 2013-ish.
Yep.
And that is the Boston Marathon bombing. But before we do, tell us something about the Menendez brothers. Yeah. You have a note here about an update.
All of last year, they were trying to get a parole hearing, and they were bringing back up things that they went through as kids that they think should have, factored into their sentencing. And they had a lot of support. But then the DA that was supporting them lost the election in November, so it's been up in the air. Earlier this month, which I guess you're getting this on June 1st, so last month, they went before a judge and they reduced the life sentences of Lyle and Eric Menendez. It's a case we've covered. In 1989, they killed their parents with shotguns, lied about it, and it was a huge story back then. They were, Eric was 18, Lyle was 21 at the time that this happened. And again, in California, death sentence isn't really a thing, so they sentence people they sentence them to life in prison. This judge says his decision last month was influenced by evidence presented about their conduct and their rehabilitative efforts over the last 35 years in prison. Said he did not think they were a threat to society. He highlighted their participation in education programs and working in jail. Basically said they've been model prisoners and they deserve at least a chance to be up for parole. The new DA, Nathan Hochman, argued that they had never taken responsibility and always made excuses for why they killed their parents, and he continues to fight it, but now it's not up to him.
For some reason in my mind, they were out of prison. But so you're saying they're not, they just have a parole hearing soon?
Yeah, they never got out, no.
Okay. I don't know why in my mind I thought they were already out. So, well, that's good to know. So that hearing is coming up this month, the month of June. So we'll keep you even further updated.
They'll be, meeting with the parole board there. Just the opposition of the DA. I thought this was going to be a done deal before the new DA was elected. I did 2025 predictions on TikTok, and one of my predictions is that the Menendez brothers will be out. I'm not as certain as I once was, but there are certainly advocates on both sides, both in the public and within their own family. Some people think they should get out and some don't. So it's a very divisive issue. Also got some updates this week on the Crystal Rogers case, where Brooks Houck is being prosecuted for her murder, even though they've never found a body, as well as Steve Lawson, who worked for him, and then Steve's son, who is getting his own trial. But this week, they were named, Nick's mom and brother were named as co-conspirators, and the prosecution said they're building a case against them.
Oh my gosh.
And remember, his brother was a cop, and everybody thinks that he helped them cover it up. So this case is far from over, I think.
So what was the guy's name that are having their trial right now?
Brooks Houck and Steve Lawson.
And then who is Nick again?
Nick is Brooks' brother.
Okay. And he was the one that was an officer, got kind of tangled up in all this, and then eventually got let go by the department.
Because of all this. Yeah. So that's moving forward. And of course, I think they're going to tie it back to Crystal's dad's death. He was shot while hunting.
I was going to ask you, is this trial only for Crystal Rogers, or does this have anything to do with her dad as well?
It's only for Crystal, but in the preliminary hearings, the prosecution mentioned that they think they can tie the rifle that was used to kill her dad back to the Houcks.
Okay.
So
I'm also curious because if you guys remember that episode we did covering all the shenanigans in Bardstown, there was also an officer, Daniel Ellis, I think was his name.
There are two Ellises, for those that don't know, that are in. There was one in Louisville and one more local. Both officers, and both were ambushed and killed. And sadly, I get their first names mixed up sometimes.
It's definitely Officer Ellis.
Yeah.
But there was, the rumor mill was churning for sure. And there was some speculation that the Houcks may have been involved in his ambush and murder. So I'm curious to know if all of those cases could be tied back to that family, and ultimately, if we could see justice for all of that.
Daniel Ellis is our local one. It was Jason Ellis.
Jason, okay.
In Bardstown. So, yeah, there were...
My apologies.
No, I mean, those happen really... I do the same thing. They happen really close together.
That is interesting. So, thank you for those updates, man. And yeah, the whole world is watching the Crystal Rogers trial. I've been so busy at the end of this week when we're recording that I saw earlier in the week they were doing the jury selection and all that, but... Definitely news to me what you just mentioned.
Well, it means it's closed to the public, so you just have to get it from reporters as they come out. I think everybody's busy watching the Karen Reed trial, which is never-ending entertainment. So
yeah, if you are interested in more updates for the Crystal Rogers case, the Justice for Crystal Rogers Facebook account is still active, and I get updates from there. Sometimes it's family and friends of Crystal that keep that going. So
the host of the Bardstown podcast, Shay McAllister, has been doing some live updates as well. She's in the courtroom every day, so that's a good source too.
All right, Jamie, moving forward with the case for today. This one is one of those cases, man, where like if I asked you where you were when 9/11 happened, you could probably tell me. If I asked you where you were the day that it wasn't the Challenger that exploded when I
think it was.
Was it? Yeah, like you remember all that. Like it was a pivotal moment in time, and you'll never forget it. And honestly, for me, this is one of those times. This is similar in my mind to that of other terrorist attack. Like I remember the Oklahoma City bombing. I remember 9/11 for sure, but that I remember in the early 90s or late 80s, there was a bombing at the World Trade Center that was covered extensively on the news. This is another one of those situations, and that is the Boston Marathon bombing.
And I think terrorism is just so, I mean, I realize that a lot of Americans weren't even alive when 9/11 happened at this point, which is wild to me. But for those that were, I think it's still an open wound in a lot of ways. So anytime terrorism comes close, it gets us all right in the feels. And I think this one did exactly that. And there was a lot of coverage about this. Mark Wahlberg made a movie about it. So there's obviously a lot out there, but the actual details of the guys that did it, their motivation and what happened to them kind of eluded me somehow. So I was excited to research and find out more.
Yeah, that's a good point. I knew about this. I knew that it was tragic and devastating, but I don't think I remembered until after researching it all that was encompassed in it. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, so the Boston Marathon, I mean, you run 26 miles, but it's not just a race. It's a community event. It's a celebration. It's held during Patriots Day in Boston, and it's really a cultural institution of the area. During that, they honor the memory of the American Revolution and the battles that took place in nearby Lexington and Concord. And it's as much about heritage as it is about the race itself. The race is kind of the main event of all these other events that surround Patriots Day. So you have to keep in mind that this isn't just people out running so they can put a sticker on their car. This is the city of Boston coming together to celebrate and be together.
Yeah, it brings the city together for sure. But think about all the other people who know about this tradition and want to be a part of it, so they try to qualify to be a race.
Yeah, people come from all over, right?
In 2013, for instance, there were 26,000 people who participated in that run. Runners from all over the world, just absolutely insane. And it's a sight to behold. I mean, there's families that line the streets. They have signs supporting the runners. People come out of their houses with coolers and hand out drinks to the runners. It is amazing. Jamie, you and I, if people looked at us now, or at least me, they'd be like, no, you guys only ran to the fridge.
We were runners in another life. I never did a marathon. We did some races together.
A marathon would be insane, but I remember vividly, you and I ran a homecoming 5K.
Yeah.
A 5K is like, to hear the rest of this episode, you will need to download and subscribe to Patreon. You can visit patreon.com to learn more. And for as little as $3 a month, you will get access to our bonus episodes and our regular content early and ad-free. We hope to see you there.
It's time to turn your daydream into your dream job. Wix gives you the power to turn your passion into a moneymaker with a website that fits your unique vision and drives you towards your goals. Let your ideas flow with AI tools that guide you, but give you full control and flexibility. Manage your business from one dashboard and keep it growing with built-in marketing features. Get everything you need to turn your part-time passion into a full-time business. Go to Wix.com.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But DC politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com.